Welcome, everybody, to Podnutz episode number 31. In this episode, we're joined with Ben Burrows, who's the creator of the Ultimate Boot CD for Windows. You can find that at ubcd4win.com. If you don't know what the Ultimate Boot CD for Windows is, listen to this interview, and I guarantee by the end, you're going to want to download it and use it. Well, here's the interview with Ben. Enjoy it. I'm here with Ben Burrows, who's the creator of the Ultimate Boot CD for Windows. It's at ubcd4win.com. And if you guys are in the computer repair business or any type of technical business with computers and you need some programs and tools that help you fix computers and get computers up and running again, if you don't have this in your toolkit, you're crazy. Ben, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Well, it's a pleasure to talk to you because I use your tool, Ultimate Boot CD for Windows, in the shop all the time, my computer repair shop. And as I was looking at future guests for Podnutz, I said to myself, I would love to meet the person who came up with this thing. Let me, I guess, ask you the first question is, what is the Ultimate Boot CD for Windows?
Basically, Ultimate Boot CD, or what we like to call it, UBCD for Win, is a bootable recovery CD that contains a ton of software for repairing your computer, diagnosing bad hardware. There's just so many things that you can do with it. It's really literally amazing. That I think we pretty much have all bases covered. If you need to recover files from a hard drive, you can FTP them. I mean, you can fire up FileZilla, put them on your website for safekeeping, or put your USB thumb drive in and copy them there. Burn them to a CD or a DVD. I think we have pretty much everything covered that for everyone's different situations. It's just basically a repair platform, a bootable Windows-like environment that of course, to build requires an XP CD.
Right. How did the Ultimate Boot CD for Windows come about?
The explanation that I always give for this is usually kind of lengthy. Basically, what happened was I personally found the original Ultimate Boot CD about 6 years ago, and I thought it was a very good idea, and I started sending out the CD. That's how I kind of got the interest in that also. I just wanted to help people out that were stuck on dial-up, let them get that original Ultimate Boot CD so they could try to, figure out some hardware problems and everything else that comes with the original.
When was this, Ben? What year?
6 years ago, so that would have been 2003, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost been 6 years, just about. Because I think I found it actually, it would probably have been in July of 2003.
Okay.
And at the time, I was watching, Tech TV was on the air back then, and watching it's Leo Laporte, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Chris Pirillo and all those guys talking and doing their thing. But I found the original. Several months later, I started sending out the CD. Several months later, I think it was January of 2004, I found AutoPatcher, and thought that was another great tool, and they needed someone to distribute that, so I took over. I took care of that for them, and kind of helped them with a few patches here and there also.
And who were you sending these discs to? Just people who signed up for it, or?
Basically, it was PayPal links on the AutoPatcher site and on the original Ultimate Boot CD site. My Buy Now buttons are still there on the original Ultimate Boot CD site. Huh. Okay. I'm right at the top because I was the first guy that started sending those out for Victor.
Okay.
And it was actually back then they had a Yahoo room for the original UBCD, and someone said, hey, a Windows version of this would be great. So I thought about it for a few days, and nobody really commented on it. And I was like, okay, well, you know what the heck? I think I've got some free time, and, you know, Victor's helped us out a lot, and the guys at AutoPatcher, you know, maybe I should do my part and try to help out the community a little bit, so I'll see what I can do. After researching it for a couple of weeks, I basically just found Bart PE and figured that would be the best way to create a Ultimate Boot CD for Windows, or at the time, Windows, it was Windows UBCD, I think.
Okay.
Until Microsoft found out about it. That's another story. So I started out there with Yahoo and just basically released 3, a .1, a .2, and a .3, and then finally, you know, kind of started releasing real versions of it, and just over time it just continued to grow.
What was on the original version? A lot of the tools that are on it now, or
the
original version of Ultimate Boot CD for Windows.
Oh, it's always been Bart PE. Anything that was included back then most likely is still on the project. Back then, I really didn't keep track of what I added to UBCD for Win until I think sometime in version 2.5 or something like that. People were complaining that I wasn't organized enough, and they wanted to know what was changing in the new version.
I see.
So I finally made some changes, .text files, and some other stuff like that.
Okay. Now, is this something that you created all on your own, or?
I really can't say yes or no to that question. That's really the answer to that really isn't yes or no, because I have to give credit out there to Bart for creating his PE builder, and I guess you have to kind of give Microsoft credit for creating that PE environment. They just had a different idea than what Bart had.
Right.
And Bart just thought that it was would be a great recovery and repair platform, and I really agreed with that. And then throughout the years, just all the people that have helped me out with plugins, because quite honestly, I just some of this I haven't done all of the work on the CD. It's a collection from a lot of people working together.
Yeah, it seems like for the amount of things that are on that CD, it would be tough for one person to compile all that and get everything straightened out. And I figured you had some helpers in the community there too as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,